What's going on, my people? Welcome to another episode of Pretty Boss TV Spirituality. So happy to be back at you with another video. As you know, sometimes there are gaps in time between my videos because I do have to take personal time to stay grounded, stay meditated up, and then I also have school, my child, business. I have a life. But anyways, I have so many videos that I've been wanting to knock out. So today, I want to start by talking about how to begin your spiritual journey. Now, I get this question a lot, so the next videos that I'm going to be doing are just frequently asked questions that I get in my comment section that I really want to address. So the first thing that I want to say about anybody on a spiritual journey is to first, when you think about being on a spiritual journey, understand this. Now, we hear people say this all the time, but I think we hear it so much that we don't really understand and realize how true it is. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. So realize that you have been on a spiritual journey even before this incarnation, even before this lifetime. You are an eternal being, okay? So the spiritual journey, and the way that I see it, is the eternal journey of evolution of life, from flesh to flesh or incarnation to incarnation, whether it be a physical incarnation or a more spiritual incarnation, but this is an eternal journey, an eternal process. So for one, just realize that you're already a spiritual being, okay? That's really who you are. Who you think that you are, even this person that you see in front of you, this doesn't represent me in its totality. This represents a specific perspective of who I am in this life. But I'm an eternal being beyond anything that I've done in this lifetime, even beyond what I'm doing right now, okay? So, realize that you're already on a spiritual journey. Now, for people who, and I say that because it's important to realize that, because you need to put things into context before even attempting a spiritual journey. When you're talking about spirituality, this isn't necessarily like religion. You see what I'm saying? If you think about the church, for instance, you would be like, okay, I'm in church. I need to go every Sunday. I need to pay my tithes. I need to get baptized, make it official, and stuff like that. But when you're on a spiritual journey, this is something that transcends religion and all that type of stuff. So first, realize that you are a spiritual being. Two, I will tell you the next step. If you're really serious about being on a spiritual journey, start meditating. I've done 2 videos about meditation. I did one video about meditation and how it works for entrepreneurs. And not only just entrepreneurs, but that's very important if you want to be self-employed and more independent in this life. And I also did a video about 8 ways that you can meditate easily. So I gave 8 really simple techniques for meditation, because a lot of people say, well, how do I meditate? It's hard. I don't know how to do it, yada, yada, yada. So I did a video specifically giving you 8 different techniques on how to meditate. Okay, I also did a video during the solar eclipse. Shouts out to everybody that participated in that. Y'all don't understand. That was the real deal. The energy was so powerful. I want to do another live meditation. Definitely have that coming up. And I also have another live Q&A coming up. But blessings to y'all. I hope all has been well for you since that solar eclipse meditation. I brought that up to say that that meditation is still up. Right now, I believe it's called a live solar eclipse meditation, but I'm going to change it to Om Segment meditation, okay? Because that's really what it is, all right? And that meditation is still very extremely powerful. Anybody who participated in it on the live meditation, you can do this anytime. I still go and do that meditation from time to time, and it taps me right back into that vortex that we opened up during that meditation. So you can also check out that video if you want a guided meditation, because that's a guided meditation video. So that's where you want to start. Any beginner on your spiritual journey, best believe you want to meditate. One thing that I want to tell you about the spiritual journey, I get a lot of questions. I love it. It's a lot of people who feel like they're students on the spiritual journey. Other people see people as teachers. I see myself as both a student and a teacher, because I'm forever learning, and as I learn and experience things in my own life, I like to share them, which is my teaching moments, okay? But when you're on a spiritual journey, the one thing that you want to realize is that this is a narrow path, meaning everybody has a distinct journey. So my journey may not look like yours. That person's journey may not look like yours. Some things may be similar. We might have similar experiences, similar ways about doing things. but everybody has a very distinctive journey. So although it's great to listen to people like me, other spiritual teachers, spiritual masters, and all of these things, that's excellent because it can give you tools, they can give you resources and places to go. They can also speak from experience that gives you a little bit more power and energy and understanding within your own journey. But you want to approach the spiritual journey with the intent of finding your own path. Okay? It's about finding your own path. It's about standing on your own 2 feet at the end of the day. And that doesn't mean that you won't never. I listen to people all the time. Some people I used to listen to, that it just doesn't serve me anymore, so I don't really listen to them. But I always listen to people. You know, I listen to many different types of people every now and then. Usually I don't, but I do have my moments where I need that food too. You know, so I have people that I go to. That I see as really grounded people in their spirituality who really came and did their life's work, you know. So realize that you have the answers already within you. Now, just because you might not be clear about them, because they might not have the clarity that you need in your life, and you might be feeling like you're new on this thing. Yeah, maybe you're new in this lifetime, but you're not new. You've been here before, okay? More than likely, you've probably been here before. So it's so much information. You have infinite consciousness within you. As above, so below. So I said all of that to say the most important thing to realize, and this is the truth, all of the answers that you seek are already within you. Let me say that again. All of the answers that you are seeking are already within you, as well as without. Like I said, as above, so below. That's why I always stress the importance of understanding the 7 laws of Tahuti, or aka the 7 hermetic principles, the 7 universal laws. All right, all the information you seek is already within you. It's about using the appropriate resources to bring it out. All right, I can tell you what to do, the next man or woman can tell you what to do, but at the end of the day, it is you who needs to decide what you need to do, or you that needs to understand what certain things in your life means for you. Even when you're talking about dream interpretations, I'm not really big on going to people to interpret my birth chart. I'm not big on going to people to interpret my dreams, because nobody can interpret something about me better than I can. Now, just because you might not have the ability or knowledge to do so now doesn't mean that you won't have that knowledge in the future. As you meditate, which is what I emphasize on anybody serious about the spiritual journey, if you send me questions about what can I do, the first thing I'm going to tell you is meditate. That's just straight up. And shouts out to everybody who's been emailing me. I am going to try to respond as soon as possible. I don't know, I probably get like 100 emails a day, between people emailing me about questions, between business, because I've sent everything to the same email. I might need to start putting up different emails. You see what I'm saying? So I promise y'all I'm going to try to respond as quickly as possible, but I'm also going to start doing consultations for people who are serious about one-on-ones, so that you can make sure that you can definitely get time with me. I'm also going to do it for a very great price. It's not going to be anything outrageous, just something simple so that you can speak to me and really get the questions, so I can answer you back and forth instead of over email. Okay, so I will also put the link in the description below as soon as I set up those consults. All right, but the answers are within you. It's all about utilizing the proper resources and taking the appropriate methods to be able to access that information that's deep within the wells inside of you, that's within your own waters. It's all there. Even you have to think about your DNA. I love that song by Kendrick Lamar. That dun 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 dun, it's in my DNA. You know, that's my joint. So you gotta even think about that. It's so many things that we don't even unlock in our DNA in a generation. You have to realize that all of your ancestors that came and did before you, you have access to that same stuff. We keep trying to start over, not realizing that things that our ancestors have done before us, we already have that in our DNA. It's a matter of tapping into it, all right? So I want everybody that's new to the spiritual journey to understand, first of all, you're not new to this. This is lifetimes of this, all right? You're a spiritual being, all right? And when you want to start really digging in, meditate 15 minutes a day. Meaning, set your timer for 15. Really set your timer for about 20 minutes. All right? 15 minutes if 20 is too much starting out. Set your timer for 15 minutes. Sit down in silence. Period. I have the videos about that, so I'm not going to get into this. But 15 minutes a day, even if you only tap in for 1 or 2 minutes out of that 15 minutes, the more you meditate, you'll start seeing, instead of it taking you for 10 minutes or 15 minutes to fall into meditation, you fall into meditation within the first 3 minutes, within the first 2 minutes, as soon as you close your eyes, you start to get to a place within yourself where you can meditate on the drop of a dime. Even if you ride in the car with somebody, even if you in class, I'm so serious. You'll start accessing that point to where you always can just quiet your mind and meditate and tap into that abyss that's within you. Okay, so those are my tips for starting out your spiritual journey. Also doing chakra work. I highly recommend chakra work. I have chakra healing videos. I'm going to do a video soon on healing the root chakra and balancing your lower chakras, because I realize a lot of people are still trapped up in that root chakra. And if you're on your spiritual journey, you definitely want to cleanse out your chakras. Okay, you want to be able to heal that heart chakra. Very important. I do have a video on heart chakra healing techniques. I'm going to probably also do another video about that, because heart chakra healing is deep. I also want to tell y'all, the spiritual journey is not a game. So when you start doing kundalini work, which some people call, I like to say chakra work, but it's all about rising that kundalini energy. When you're rising kundalini energy within you, it's not an easy process. Okay, it can be very painful, especially many of us, if not all of us, have traumatic past experiences that we went through in our lives, especially by the time you're an adult. You done been through a thing or two or more. All right, so a lot of us have these blockages within our different chakras. And so when you're doing chakra healing, or you might be doing because I like to mix my meditations with healing certain chakras. So when I was doing my heart chakra healing maybe a year or two ago, I didn't understand what was going on. I was like, man, usually when I meditate, I feel so good and peaceful. But when I was doing my heart chakra healing meditations, I was like sad, depressed, crying, you know, remembering stuff that I forgot about. Like, it got real in the pain. You know what I'm saying? It got real. And it was like that for probably 6 months. I was just doing just straight. And I was so confused because I thought meditation was always supposed to be something that makes you feel better. But it depends. When you start doing that energy work and using the energy healing on your chakras, that can be a very painful experience. All right. But trust me, it's going to be well worth it, because you don't want to skip that process. You can spend your whole life running from doing the spiritual work, but it's going to come follow you. It's going to come knocking at your door every time you least expect it. So it's best to go ahead and do your spiritual healing, to do your chakra healing, so that when you're moving up in life and you're transcending, you're doing different things, you don't have to worry about those demons in your closet, which I say demons, but just those skeletons coming back to bite you when you're like, damn, why does this stuff keep happening for me when I'm succeeding over here? Why am I still having to deal with this? That's because you're not dealing with the root of the issues and you're not cleansing out those chakras. So that's what I would say for people starting the spiritual journey. I could make this video a lot longer. Oh, another thing, the last thing I want to say, set up an altar space. Set up an altar space, do a spiritual bath, okay? And I'm gonna repeat these 4 things that I just said, because as you can see, I'm just speaking to you like we speaking one-on-one. But do a spiritual bath. That's how you can cleanse your aura. All right, you need to cleanse your aura from different entities, from different people, from different soul ties, all kind of stuff that's going on that might be polluting your aura and bringing down your vibe. You do a spiritual bath. I have a video on that. Check that out if you haven't seen it. And set up your altar space. Your altar space is your own personal portal to the spirit realm, where you can go to and ask these questions. You can set up your altar to do your meditations. And I like to meditate at my altar because since the space is already sacred, it helps me to tap in immediately. Sorry, I have to say immediately. It helps me to tap in immediately. As soon as I sit down in front of the altar, game on. You know what I'm saying? Candles lit. We ready to tap into the cosmos. All right. So yes, to repeat, 1, realize that you're already a spiritual being. Okay, this is not as new to you as you think that it is. Meditate. All right, meditate. Bring all of that's already inside of you. Bring that out with the meditations. Chakra work, chakra healing. Look that up. Look up my videos about it if you're not familiar with it. I'm going to do more chakra healing videos. Okay. Spiritual bath. All right. altar, you want to set up an altar, that's critical. I have videos about altars, so I'm not going to get into that. Check out my videos on altars. I have two. One video just speaking about it in general, and one video about how to actually go ahead and set up your altar, and I walk through it step by step. Another thing, the last thing I'm going to say, because like I said, I can tell you a million things to do. My catalog is long, you know what I'm saying? My toolbox is thick, alright? But another thing you might want to think about, trying to change your diet, because what you eat has a lot to do with a lot of different things. Okay, even if you decide, okay, I'm just gonna fast, okay, I'm just gonna do this, you want to, especially this is when you really trying to tap in though. These are for people who's ready, like, oh my god, I can't help it, like I really want to go in hard in the paint with spirituality. Take a look into your diet, you know. And I'm not the type that believes anybody needs to be vegan or vegetarian or this and that, even though that stuff helps. Now, I was vegetarian for a whole year, all right? When I first became vegetarian, that's what took me to a whole new level. That was the first time that I saw my vibration immediately jump to, it put me on a whole new level. I was working at a call center. This was after I graduated from college, finance, couldn't get a job nowhere up the East Coast. So I was like, all right, I'll work at the call center that I really only need a high school degree for, but I'll go up in here with my bachelor's, you know what I'm saying, and work the call center. So I was up in there, hated going to work, used to go to work late. I'm not late, but like literally like 2 minutes before it's time to clock in, I will be clocking in like that, you know what I'm saying, just regular, you know what I'm saying, some jeans, a t-shirt, kicking it. And I changed my diet. Shouts out to my friend who wrote the Sex Symbol Diet. I read his book because he kept telling me about it. I'm like, nah, you know what I'm saying, And then, because I used to eat burgers, you know, so I used to really eat crazy back then. So I'm like, nah, you never gonna make me stop eating, because I'm a foodie. So growing up, me and my brother used to go hard in the paint, back and forth. Tony Roma's who could eat the most ribs. Like, I was eating like hard body. I could body a dude with food. Back in the day. I don't eat like that too much no more. But back in the day, I used to get it in with the food. Alright? So I finally, you know, after talking to him for months and months, I was like, all right, let me try it. So I just started to change my diet, add a little bit of lettuce here. Then I started to see, like, yo, I was waking up early. I would wake up 4 hours before work, so I would be able to do my business, which was Angel's Perfect Photography. I would be able to do my business, get ready. I'll be dressed like I had like an executive job, going to work, makeup down, just fresh. You know what I'm saying? Work early, probably about 15 minutes early. Used to make my own lunch. You know, I would eat for breakfast. I would eat just I'm gonna tell y'all real quick. I used to eat raw broccoli, an apple, and wild blueberries. I'll make like a little container of wild blueberries, and that would be my breakfast. Then for lunchtime, I would have my actual lunch with my sandwich that probably consisted of like salmon or a salad, you know, with maybe stuff like that. So I didn't eat nothing from them. I made my own meals. Now, after doing that for a few weeks, my vibration raised so heavy. It was crazy, y'all. Like, it raised to the point to where I literally didn't even need sleep like that. I would have to go to the gym and exercise for about 2 hours just to burn energy. Just to burn it. And I was only needing like 2 to 3, maybe 4 hours of sleep. So, to make a long story short, shortly after that, I knew it was time for me to put in my 2 weeks notice. I didn't know what I was going to do. I ain't gonna lie, my business wasn't popping at all back then. People knew about it, but I wasn't getting like orders to be able to pay my bills and nothing like that. So I just knew to put in my 2 weeks. I had got to the point where I finessed the job so bad that everybody around me was taking 50 plus calls a day, and I was only getting like 10 calls. It was like, Kendra, what you doing? How you always reading and you never taking calls? Like, you chilling? What you doing? What's the secret? I never told nobody what I was doing until I was about to leave. Then I put my homegirl next to me on. I put Jazz on. Shouts out to Jazz, you know what I'm saying? But that's how elevated I was. I was beyond that situation. And so since then, since I put in my 2 weeks, it's been since 2013, it's 2017. I've been self-employed since that point. So I just wanted to say the diet has a lot to do with your vibration. Now, there's levels to it. I'm not going to say that your diet is everything. Like, these people who talk about the diet kill me. It's like, yeah, that's important, but it's levels to this. You see what I'm saying? I've already been vegetarian. I was vegetarian a whole year until I got pregnant. Now, pregnancy hormones would change your whole diet, okay? I couldn't even eat spinach. I would throw up putting spinach in my mouth when I was pregnant with my daughter. That's a side note. There's certain things I couldn't eat. That's what happens when a baby takes over your body, you know? So, But that's what had changed me from being vegetarian. Now I have a balanced life. I eat healthy, but I also eat other things that I like to eat, and I know how to manipulate my diet when I'm trying to do different things spiritually. You see what I'm saying? So I just wanted to tap on that. But like I said, the diet is not everything. It's only a small percentage. I mean, it's not a small percentage, but it's just not everything, okay? All is mind. The universe is mental. For me, where I'm at now, anything that I put in my mouth serves me. You see what I'm saying? Now, that doesn't mean I'm out here eating McDonald's and Burger King. Well, every now and then I might have to grab a Whopper. I'm not going to lie. You know what I'm saying? Rarely, but every now and then I do. But rarely. You see what I'm saying? Rarely. McDonald's, you would never, okay? You would never see me at a McDonald's drive-thru, alright? That's a side note. But, yeah, like, I don't eat like that. I cook my own food. I like to cook my stuff. I like, because you put energy into what you cook, and I like to know what I'm ingesting. I like to pray over my food. I like to bless everything that I cook and eat so that it serves me and my daughter in the way that I need it to. You understand what I'm saying? So there's levels to this. The all is mind, the universe is mental. This is the most important thing that you can utilize, all right? So again, tapping in, meditating, that's going to help you to open up that abyss inside. I didn't want to make this video too long, but this was an important topic, so I hope I hit on some things that will really open your mind about spirituality. It's not a scary thing. It frees you. Spirituality is not meant to put you inside of a box. It's not meant to incarcerate you. Is meant to free you. When you say you're on a spiritual journey, that's when you should be open to trying new things. That's when you should be open to following your own intuition. That's when you should be open to listening to yourself and not listening to what the television is feeding you, not listening to what your parents and your grandparents might have been trying to shove down your throat, but listening to that voice that's always been inside of you since you was a kid. That's what spirituality is. It's tapping back into who you were when you got here, okay? And just peeling back all the layers that were placed on you as we age in society. So I hope this video was helpful. Y'all make sure that you check out my official site, KendraJustine.com. PrettyBossTV.com is the official blog site, so definitely check that out. PrettyBossTV.com. As I said, I do have consultations coming. I'm going to put the links in the description below as soon as possible because I literally can't keep up with all the emails at this point. But I am going to be responding to y'all. Even if I'm late, I'm going to respond. So I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.